It is Brooke Thomo here, and today, as you can see, I'm with my little baby Italian Greyhound, Sprinkle. In this video today, I'll be covering the pros and cons of owning an Italian Greyhound, just because I feel like there's not that much information out there about this breed. And once you own an Italian Greyhound, you'll 100% know and agree with me that they are not your average dog. I wouldn't even say they're dogs. They're really closer to human furry toddlers. And by far, the Iggy is my favorite breed of all time. I will be an Italian Greyhound owner for the rest of my life. So this video is coming purely from love and respect for this particular breed, and to either encourage or discourage people from owning an Italian Greyhound, just because you do need to be a very special type of person to own an Iggy, as their needs differ a lot from, say, a Border Collie, which, yes, I own one of these as well. It's currently lunchtime for both of my girls. This is Cedar, the Border Collie, and I've done this exact video with Cedar when she was just a little puppy. She's only 7.5 months old now, so she still is a Sprink, man. Chill. Food's here, it's all good. So Border Collies and Italian Greyhounds are probably on the polar opposite scale of personality-wise. So yes, without further ado, let's get straight into this video. I will say though that this video isn't just coming from my brain. Even though I have owned 2 Italian Greyhounds, Sprinkle's my second. I did post on a Italian Greyhounds Facebook page, which has over 20,000 members in it, and they have all given me things to put down as well, so we don't miss anything. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the pros and cons. Yeah, I'm gonna do the cons first, and that's just because I'd rather people hear the bad traits. No, I wouldn't even say they're bad traits, they're just traits that can affect people negatively if you're not ready for it, or then that can surprise people if you aren't aware of it. I know, it's okay. It's okay, you're not gonna die. So the first con I'm gonna say about owning an Italian Greyhound is that they're very flighty. So I steered from using the word anxious. And that's just because I feel like Iggy's, I don't know, it depends on how they were brought up before you got them as a puppy or even as a rescue. They can be anxious, but if they're socialized properly, I've found that they're actually quite confident. They're just very aware, I think, and can be triggered very easily when it's loud or something moves very fast. So flighty, I'd say. You just need to be aware of that. The next one I'm gonna say is that they can break very easily. So my dog before Sprinkle, my little Iggy Maple, she actually did break an arm, and when she did break a leg, she had to get surgery, which cost $6,000. And a lot of people on the Facebook page did say, if you're gonna get an Iggy, you need to get pet insurance, and I 100% agree with that now. I learned the hard way. So the vets also did say that one of her bones were 2 mil thick. And she was fully grown by that point. So 1 bone in her leg. And these legs are so piddly and tiny. That's the size of my finger. It's almost the same size of my finger. And I know she's just a baby at the moment. She's not even 3 months old yet, but honestly, they don't get that much thicker. People have owned Iggy's for years and years and haven't had 1 leg break. But the reason why I'm just touching on that fact that they can break easily is that these dogs don't realize how little and how fragile they actually are. They jump off things, they'll jump off cliffs at speed without hesitation. And that can be quite stressful when they get the zoomies around the house, or when they're chasing their Border Collie sister Cedar and they're only 3 months old and they want to jump off the couch like they're actually doing parkour. So they can break very easily, but I'm not gonna say they do, because in a lot of cases people who have owned Iggy's haven't had leg breaks, so they can. Just be wary of that, and not to have them jump off anything too high or jump onto anything too hard like cement. The third one is that they can be prone to separation anxiety. Now, any Iggy owner will know these dogs are lap dogs. They also call them Velcro dogs, which means they want to be with you, on you, touching you 24/7. So yes, and that's definitely not a con. I love the fact that they're Velcro dogs. That's part of the reason why I love Italian Greyhounds. There's no more food. Oh yes, there is. There's one more biggie. But yeah, they can, because of that reason, because they are so dependent on their humans and human affection, they can develop separation anxiety if it's not handled properly when they're younger. The next one is, oh my God. This one, I think every Iggy owner, nearly about 99% of Iggy owners agree with, and that is that they're hard to toilet train. And I have figured out why? I just thought, you know, it can't be too hard. They're just a puppy. Okay, Cedar was an absolute walk in the park compared to Maple, and Sprinkle is turning out to be a very difficult process. But Iggy's, okay, so I've been told by professional dog trainers, you know, you need to take dogs out to go to the toilet after they eat, after they drink, after they play, or after they sleep. Iggy's don't care. If they have woken up from a 4-hour nap, they definitely need to go to the toilet, right? Because people say that puppies can only hold their bladders for however many months old they are. So if she's 2.5 months old, she can hold her bladder for 2.5 hours. If she's asleep for 4 hours and she wakes up, I know she needs to go to the bathroom. I'll take her outside, 40 minutes. She'll refuse. She'll go, nah, this grass is slightly damp. There's no way. There's no way. Like, whereas Cedar, I could predict when she needed to go to the toilet, and she's a border collie, so she's like, wherever you put me, whatever, I'll go to the toilet. She didn't care. But Iggy's are so sensitive and dramatic. They're little princesses, really. They'll just go, no, I don't want to do it here, so I'm not going to. I'm going to go against, you know, science, and I'm going to hold my bladder for 2 more hours if I have to. I'm not peeing on this grass. I'm not, just because I don't want to. Or after they've played for 3 hours, I'm like, dude, I know you need to go. Just go. And you'll find yourself waiting and waiting and waiting, and they just won't go. They're very stubborn in that aspect. Whoa, you look like a Doberman. So yeah, very, very hard to toilet train because you can't predict when they need to go, or you can predict when they need to go, but they're just not going to go if they don't want to. So hard to toilet train, very, very hard. Also, another con is that they can get very cold easy, and the reason why I say this, it's obviously not very much of a con, but if you're not willing to spend lots of money on blankets, fluffy, comfy beds, or pajamas, then you probably shouldn't get an Italian Greyhound, because yes, you need to pay for the dog itself, but then you need to pay for all their accessories because they feel the cold. What I've discovered, I live in the Gold Coast in Australia, so it's like tropical weather here. As soon as I put a jumper on, Sprinkle has a jumper on. Like, that's just the rule that I've gone by, and it seems to be the case for her because she's got skin, basically. Like, she's got no fur that can protect her, whereas Cedar is always just constantly fine. But yeah, Sprinky is just cold. She feels the cold so easily. They also love to sunbake, so because Sprinkle's nose is so fair, they will lay in the sun until they cook. So I need to be very cautious that she doesn't develop some kind of sunburn or skin cancer on her nose, because they don't understand that they can burn. Like, they've got no fur to protect them. So yes, I will say that getting cold very easy is a con, just because it does come with another expense of the Italian Greyhound. Another con is that they're prone to dental issues. Now, Maple was only 1.5 years old when she passed, so I never experienced any dental issues with her, and Sprinkle's obviously just a baby. She doesn't have any adult teeth yet, so I haven't experienced personally any dental issues with the breed, but a lot of people have said that Italian Greyhound is prone to dental issues, and if you are watching this and you do have a Greyhound that has had dental issues, please post in the comments box below with what that particularly is and how you go about fixing that, just so any future Iggy owners can read the thread and see what we mean by dental issues. Another one is sensitive tummies, and I noticed this a lot with Maple actually. Maple, I think, was allergic to chicken, and I actually have seen a few comments from Iggy owners about their Iggy's being sensitive to chicken as well. I know it's not just chicken, and I know not all Iggy's are sensitive to chicken. Even not all Iggy's have sensitive tummies, but a lot of them do. Sprinkle doesn't yet. I haven't seen anything in her that's upset her tummy yet, but then again, I've only had her for like 3 or 4 weeks. So it is just something to take note of before you get an Iggy, that you do need to pay attention to what they eat, because they can develop tummy issues. Okay, so now that those cons are all out of the way, we get onto the fun stuff, which is all the pros of owning this beautiful breed, the Iggy. Okay, also a lot of people ask me, what does Iggy mean? It just means, like, people shorten Italian Greyhound to the initials, which is IG, and people just call them Iggies. So yeah, Iggies. Pros, okay. My favorite thing about this breed, actually no, it's all my favorite. I can't decide what my favorite is. But one of my favorite things about this breed is that they don't shed very much, and asterisk very much, because all dogs shed, unless they're hairless. which these ones practically are. So when I say very much, they don't shed very much. I really, really mean it. Like you'll get the occasional one strand of hair which looks like an eyelash on your shirt after you've been cuddling them for 4 hours. So they don't shed very much at all, but I'm not gonna say they don't shed at all. They just don't shed very much, which is amazing because compared to owning a white border collie, her fur is just everywhere. And I mean, I know that's what I signed up for when I got a border collie, but I personally like having to not clean up after a dog, not having to lint roll my shirt every 20 minutes of the day. That's a really good pro, is that they don't shed very much. Another one is that they don't bark very much, and the reason why I say they don't bark very much is because some people do say their Iggies bark, but I guess that depends on how you raise them, or there can be a lot of different factors into the reason why they do or don't bark. But my girls personally have never barked, and I know a lot of people say that their Iggies don't bark either. They are so cuddly, which, oh hey baby, hey. Come here, give me a cuddle. Oh, I love you. So I think, do you know what? I think because greyhounds, like the bigger greyhounds, are so misunderstood in regards to personality wise. People just think they're racing dogs and that's all they do and that they are aggressive. Italian greyhounds, I think, kind of pick up that rep where people don't understand, unless you own them, how cuddly these little guys are. Like this is Sprinkle's favorite position. She just loves to be sleeping on me like this, like a little parrot dog. It's so, so cute. I love it. They love, love, love human affection, and they're always just so comfortable on a human. Like that's just where they're... I love it, it's the best. So cuddly and so sweet and so beautiful and so pretty. Anyway, getting carried away. Okay, another one which I put as a pro because I actually think it's so cool is Iggies actually get so warm. Like their body temperature, I don't know if it has something to do with the fact that they have no fur, and I actually read somewhere, it could be false, I don't think it is though, that people used to breed Italian Greyhounds way back in the olden days to take them to bed with them because they're so warm. They're literally like having a hot water bottle with you all the time. Especially when they sleep, I feel like when they're huddled up, they contain all their warmth. So they're so warm, and in winter it's the best because if they get under the blanket with you and they cuddle up on your chest, it's literally like hugging a warm water bottle. It's so good. I love it. So that's why I put that as a pro, because no other dog really does that. Another one is the fact that they are Velcro dogs. Now people might not see this as a pro, but I definitely do. I knew this before getting an Italian Greyhound, and I think it's very important that you know this before getting an Italian Greyhound, is that they are Velcro dogs. They love their humans. They want to be on their humans. They want to be with their humans. They constantly want to be in and around your space. I reckon they'd live here. If they could, they'd live right here. And they're just the best companion. Oh, are you getting jealous? Oh, cuddling dogs. Two cuddling doggies. They are, I think, in my opinion, the best companion just because I like that type of dog. Some people don't like dogs in their space, but I personally love it. I think that's why you should get dogs, because they keep you company, and I think Italian Greyhounds give the best company. Another pro to owning an Iggy is that they're hypoallergenic, so if you do struggle with allergies around dogs, you shouldn't with an Italian Greyhound. They don't secrete the protein in their fur or on their skin that normal dogs do, so they're on the hypoallergenic list, which is awesome. Perfect for people who have dog allergies. Another pro is that they don't need to be groomed or really barely even washed. Unless they roll in something, you don't need to wash them. You'll never need to run a brush over their fur. Probably, if anything, I just put some lotion in my hands, like some smelly dog, almost perfume lotion from the vets that you can get for them. They're so easy to maintain when it comes to coat wise. And the last but not least point that I have down is that they're actually super intelligent, but there is a but. They do require a lot of work, a lot of attention, because they are so stubborn, and if they don't want to learn, they don't want to learn that day. But they are super intelligent, and if you get them while they're young and fresh, mostly, they can actually be molded into a very, very smart and obedient dog. So yeah guys, that brings me to the end of this pros and cons video about owning Italian Greyhound. I hope you enjoyed it. I will always be posting videos with these two dogs on my channel, so if you want to keep up to date with the two girls, Cedar and Sprinkle, and their little adventures with me. Then don't forget to subscribe to this channel. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.